Welcome to Just the Two of Us Homestead. We are Colleen and Frank, and we live in the perfect size homestead just for us in southwestern Quebec. Gardening, growing food, and preserving is one of our passions. And our barn animals, we love them so much, they're just like pets. And we're so fortunate to be able to live our lives as we do. Each and every day is a blessing. Hi, everyone. So I have beautiful, beautiful sweet potatoes, and I couldn't be more proud because I've never in my life grown a sweet potato slip. And with all your help and advice, I have grown all of these. With all your tips you gave us this year, I was able to do all this. And a week ago, I up potted some of the ones that have like all these roots because I was getting so many that had the roots. But now they've gone like bonkers. So I don't know if it's like a good thing or a bad thing because they're so long. I don't know if I should be like cutting them so they stop growing because they're not going into my garden for at least 4 weeks, at the very least, until our temperatures are really hot during the day and they stay really warm overnight. So I didn't expect this to happen. And also, if you're new here, welcome. If you don't know our backstory, like I said, we've never been able to grow sweet potatoes. We did last year because I bought actual plants. I bought two of this kind, and I don't even know their names. These were $9.99 each for these. And this variety, it's like a darker leaf, like this kind. These were $4.99 each. So we had four of these and two of these. And we grew 17 pounds and we were as happy as could be because we've never grown them. So now I don't know. Do I cut this to keep it like contained until it gets in the garden? If I cut it, can I reroot this to grow more roots to pot that? Like, is a potato going to form in here if I leave it in here too long? Because believe me, they're plenty warm where they are in my little grow area there. So it's happening to like a bunch of them, not just one or two. All but this one that I potted up has gone crazy, except this variety, the darker leaf one, hasn't done that. It seems to be only this light green variety because I planted him the same day as the light green and he hasn't really changed. And today I have a bunch of the dark green ones to actually put in pots today. So I don't know. I'm guessing it's a very good sign that it's a good, healthy plant, but I don't know if it should be doing this before it goes into the ground. So, all you sweet potato experts, can you please help me? Look at that. I guess he couldn't wait to get outdoors either. So, they're absolutely beautiful plants. And I have more to take off the potatoes, and I have more to put in pots. So, first, I'm going to pot up all these ones that have roots and take some more off the potatoes that have gone really big, and all the water in jars need cleaning. And I don't know, another thing, if you guys, when there's kind of like two big branches together, if you separate them, I haven't been brave enough to do that either. I'll show you an example. So for me, this guy here, these two bottom leaves have grown on a completely different root system, but I'm not brave enough to separate them in case I'm going to damage both plants. So I'm planting it as just one sweet potato because it's really hard to tell. Like, even this guy, like these two here could be separated too, but I'm going on the side of caution and going with one plant. So I'm just going to make a hole here and stick them in. When I did my garden plan, I had no idea this was going to turn out so well. And I didn't allow for all these sweet potatoes, which again is a good problem to have. And we love sweet potatoes, or I do in particular. So I'm going to have to do some adjusting in my garden planning because there's going to be quite a few plants. So I'm just going with the one plant. But I don't know if that's good to do or not. Like, is it too much root in one plant? And the ones that were going bonkers there, I don't know if I said this earlier or not, they've only been in that soil for 8 days. And when I put them in, they were like this. So in 8 days, they've gone crazy like that. Yeah, I still have a few more to do, but I have to get more pots. Okay, I just did 7 pots. I had to go into solo cups because I can't find any of my bigger ones. They're probably out in the barn, but it's pouring rain and I don't feel like going out there looking for them. And I still have some here that are rooting, but I'm guessing that's not a big enough root yet. I wait until they have like quite a bit of a root system. So I'm going to leave those grow some more. And now I'm going to take some more off of the potatoes. And some have the roots on them and some don't, and they have to go into water. Yeah, I've cleaned out all their jars. And I wanted to show you. I can't remember which one it is. Like, is this necessary? Like all of that? I know I picked some off the bottom from there. But geez. And another question I have, this is turning into a sweet potato Q&A. When this is all done giving me the slips with all this root, it's probably no. I think I answered my own question, but can I plant this in the garden too? Probably not because it'll rot, but I don't know. All these roots have to be good for something. So some of these, like all the ones that grew under the water, which still I find surprising, like this one here has tons of roots. So I'm going to clip him off and some that have just grown at the top. So I'm going to fill them all back up with water before I start peeling the things off. And this isn't store-bought bottled water. We don't buy bottled water very often. And the only reason you see water in this bottle is because our well water for the house goes through like a water system, a very sophisticated water system for our drinking water. And it goes through that salt thing that I'm sure a lot of you have it because of our hard water. But I can't water my plants with it indoors or outside. Don't ask me how I know this because I've killed a lot of plants figuring this out. But we have 2 outdoor faucets that are hooked up directly to the well. So we just have collected these bottles over the years, and whenever I need to water anything or the hose is connected to the outdoor ones for the garden, all this to say it's not bottled water. We fill these up so I can use indoor. So for like this guy, this is what I meant when there's like several plants on one thing. So, oh, there is, so this one I can easily separate. So I separated him, but I'm not going to put him in the dirt right away because to me, he just went through enough shock. So I'm just going to stick him in here for a couple of days. He's got lots of roots, but I'm just going to let him hang out in there for a bit. Even though this guy has roots, he's still too tiny. I guess I'll take him off too. That's not a lot of roots, so he'll go in here. These ones I'm always scared to pull off when there's no roots or nothing, but look how long and tall he is. So I'm going to cut him. I'm always afraid I'm going to break it. Just twist it a little bit. Oh, see, I took part of the potato. Oh, I hope that's okay. And then, do I leave the leaves on? Do I not? So he's going in there too. And I'll leave all these guys to still hang out in the water. I'm already pleased above and beyond of what I ever thought I'd get. So even if these guys don't turn into anything before it's time to go in the garden, I'm more than happy with what we have. Okay, and then let's see what this one has. I think I'll let these guys go a little longer. And the dates I've written on the jars are the dates that I first started. I first put the potato in the very first time. And he needs water. And do you have water? Nope, he needs water. I wanted to show you my green peppers and tomatoes, how well they're doing since the last time you saw them. In such a short amount of time, they've like gone crazy. And I want to show you all the flowers that I started, but I've started so many, that's probably its own video. And the reason I'm starting so many is last year it saddened me very much that I pretty well only had flowers in the vegetable garden and maybe the odd one here and there in pots, because I love flowers and I have gardens in several places. And it really saddened me. I didn't have them everywhere to look at, to enjoy, because I was so unwell last spring. But even though I'm having hard days now, it's nothing like how I felt last spring. So I'm starting a bunch of flowers, crossing my fingers that I'll be able to plant them everywhere. So no matter where we go, we'll always see beautiful flowers everywhere. So that's the plan. So for now, though, always my main focus is always on the vegetables. These are the peppers. I topped some of them and some I didn't. And these are the tomatoes. I ran out of the red solo cups. I had to use these ones, but the bottoms aren't as wide, so I find they tip over quite easily. But I'm really quite happy with them. They haven't gone out even to be hardened off yet because our temperatures are too cold. So as of right now, I have 14 potted sweet potato plants. That just blows my mind. And there's at least 10 that have roots on them in water, and there's still other little ones growing on potatoes. I'm guessing they'll still have time and I don't have to put them in the garden right at a certain date. So already to me this year is a success sweet potato wise. Even if they don't produce a lot, it's a huge hurdle I've already overcome growing the slips, and most of it's because of you. Thank you so much for spending time with me today, and until we're together again, take care.